Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to give you your March 2016 mid-month readings. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot deck, and even though we're focusing just on the last half of the month, I'm still going to be using the same 8-card spread with an additional card as your overall theme and general feeling, your crowning card. These are general readings, so if you can't relate to them at all and they don't resonate, I suggest you check your rising and your moon sign as well. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Thank you so much for all the wonderful feedback you give, both on my channel and through email as well. And thank you to those of you who reach out for personal readings. It's always an honor and a pleasure to read for you. So thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to do that. And for those of you who are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that'll give you a little more detail about myself, what I do, and the services I offer, and my contact information, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I do readings full time, so I'm pretty good at working with your schedules to get your readings to you as soon as possible. My current turnaround time is about 24 to 48 hours. So for those of you who are interested in that, just send me an email and we'll go from there. So let's get right into this reading. This is for Cancer for March 2016 mid-month. Cancer, my lovely crabs. What does the remainder of March 2016 hold for you? Cancer, mid-month, March 2016, Cancer, March 2016, mid-month. Okay, we begin with the Page of Cups, followed by the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Swords, followed by the Ten of Wands, the Six of Wands, followed by the Moon card, and the Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Justice card. And as your overall theme and general feeling of the month, your crowning card from the bottom of the deck is the Empress. Let's take a look, Cancer. This is a truly fascinating reading. It feels like there's a lot hush-hush and a lot going on behind the scenes and secrets and stuff, but it actually feels like that's what's required in this situation. Kind of unusual. Let's begin. We start the mid-month reading with the Page of Cups, followed by the Nine of Cups. So Cups, the element is that of water, and Cups is a suit that's all about our emotions, our emotional landscape and atmosphere, both inner and outer. Cups is also a suit that can point towards love and relationships and how we relate to the people around us. And the Page of Cups, pages can represent young people or actual children in your life, and they can also represent messages and messengers. And I feel, Cancer, like somewhere around the middle of the month, this could also resonate as you, but I'm picking it up more as the energy of a message of love, a message of emotional support of some kind. This could be coming from somebody that you're already involved with, someone in your sphere, or somebody coming in, but there's a message of some kind. There is a message about love, a message about emotional support coming in. And in the upright position, it's very positive, very loving, very nurturing. It could be coming from a younger individual. It is a page. There's kind of a young, enthusiastic, almost a puppy feeling about this card. But it is a message of love, and it does feel very sweet, very nice. Perhaps a little, it could represent, well, I just think it's a message about love, and I feel like there's an offering attached to it somehow, even though it's not a knight, which represents the bringers of the tarot. I feel like somebody's kind of offering you something, some kind of love or some kind of emotional support. For some of you, this is not going to resonate as a love, as a romantic love message or offering. It could be best friend, someone close to you that really cares and loves you, an offering of emotional support, a message about that somehow. But I think for the larger portion of you, this is going to be some kind of message about love. And it's going to make you feel as almost as if your prayers have been answered, because it is accompanied with the Nine of Cups. This message of love, this offering of love is going to make you very happy. The Nine of Cups is the yes card. It is the wish card. This is the card of having not only enough, but more than enough. This is your cups overflowing. You can see that the man on this card is holding his goblet aloft. He's very happy. He is living in abundance. You can see there's 8 other goblets in front of him, all waiting to be shared because, as I said before, he not only has enough, he has more than enough to share with everybody. This is your answer coming. This is your wish coming true, having your answer. If you had a question about something, particularly in regards to love, this is the yes card. And I feel Cancer like that paired with the Page of Cups, whatever this message is, and again, I feel like there's an offering attached to it, this message of love, of emotional support, it's almost as if it's the answer to your prayer. It's like your wish comes true. It's really, it makes you feel very happy and very abundant. Now this is where we get into the part of the reading that gets a little strange. Right next to it we have the Seven of Swords paired with the Ten of Wands. And this combination speaks to me of secrecy, of things being kind of kept secret, under the cover, undercover, very hush hush, kind of off the grid. So it's kind of interesting. I also feel, Cancer, I want to say that this first combination of cards, this Page of Cups and Nine of Cups, for some of you, again, this is going to resonate as a message about love, a message about some kind of emotional support, new beginning. Pages can also represent new beginnings. This could be, for some of you, a new love starting, a new love relationship starting. For some of you, this could be something that you're beginning with someone, and it could be love romantically connected, or it can also be a new business venture or something. We do have 2 cup cards. We have 2 wand cards, 2 and a pentacles card. So this could resonate a couple of different ways. It could resonate either as new messages, new beginnings, something coming together in the love department, emotional support department, which again makes you feel very happy and kind of over the moon. This could also be a new business venture you're starting, some kind of new entrepreneurial sort of thing. So that pairing is combined with the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So the Seven of Swords. Swords, the element is air, and swords is a suit that points towards our thoughts, our words. It's our ideas, how we look at things, our mindset, our perspectives, how we look at things. It's a very mental and cerebral suit, the suit of swords. It's all about what goes on up here. And the Seven of Swords has often been referred to as the thief card, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Some of us do operate in secrecy from time to time out of necessity, or to push things ahead, or to find things out. The thief sometimes gets a bad rap when it's not called for. But there is an air of deceit, kind of a slippery, behind the scenes sort of feel to this card. You can see that this man, the implication of the picture of this card is that this man has broken into someone's house in broad daylight and has taken a bunch of their belongings and is sneaking out with this kind of sneaky, smarmy look on his face, as if to say, look what I'm getting away with. He hasn't taken everything, but he's taken a great deal. This card can represent being taken from, being stolen from. It can also represent needing to be clever about how you go about doing something. And actually, it's exactly how I'm reading it for this reading, which is kind of strange. But I feel, Cancer, that whatever the situation is, this new love relationship, and for some of you, this may resonate as kind of a love affair, something to be kept secret. There's something about needing to be secret about it, that it's actually what's called for in this situation. There's something about the details need to be kept close to your chest. This is something that needs to not be talked about for the time being. For those of you for whom this is going to resonate, I feel for some of you, maybe a smaller portion, it's going to be about a business you're starting or some kind of new entrepreneurial project you're starting. For some reason, the cards are pointing towards secrecy being kind of needed right now, or what's necessary, keeping things under wrap, holding your cards kind of close to your chest. It's the feeling I'm getting off of this card. I don't know why, but I just am. Now, the Seven of Swords is paired with the Ten of Wands. Wands, the element is air and fire together, very dynamic combination, and Wands is all about change, movement, action, power. The Ten of Wands is about something being a burden, actually, something, and I always get kind of a long feeling about this card, that it's a burden that's been carried for a while, but that is also coming to an end. Tens represent the end of cycles, the culmination of something, the wrapping up of something. This man is almost at he's looking up, I believe, I always feel, at his destination, his goal, the place that he's going to, where he can lay these burdens down. This can also represent having to endure something in kind of a path of solitude, and you're not really sharing with somebody else. And again, this combination of cards together, and I don't usually kind of get this feeling, but I'm actually getting this feeling that again, this relationship you're starting, or this a love affair you're having, or for some of you, this new business, this new entrepreneurial thing that you're starting. Mum's the word is the phrase that keeps repeating in my head. It's so odd and so specific. It's got to be directed towards somebody or a small group of somebody. It's as if this relationship, this affair, this business, this project, whatever it is, Cancer, that you find yourself enmeshed in, getting messages about things coming together in the middle of March 2016. The cards are pointing towards the need, the necessity to not talk about it too much, to keep it under wraps, to keep it kind of close to you. And it also represents a very much a desire to keep it to yourself, um, and that you don't want to share information about this, at least right now. And it looks like that's what's actually going to bring you success on this path with this relationship or this new enterprise that you're beginning, because right next to that, such strange energy. Right next to that, we have the Six of Wands, which is the victory card of the tarot deck, paired with the major arcana card of the moon, another card about things being hidden and things being secret. So the Six of Wands is a victory card. It shows a man riding back into town, and I say riding back because he's gone off to do something. He had a mission, a goal, a quest, something to achieve, something to overcome, and he's been successful at it. He went off, he triumphed, he gained whatever he needed to gain, overcame whatever he needed to overcome. He's been successful. He's triumphant. He's riding back into town, dressed in his finest. The banners are waving, the cheers are giving him praise and accolades. It's a beautiful card. You've triumphed over something. And this card is paired with the Moon card, a major arcana card, and the presence of major arcana cards, as they are energies of the divine, come in to help, assist, remove things, give us advice. The presence of major arcana cards indicates something significant and profound. The Moon card can speak of going within, trusting your intuition, and I feel like on this path that's going to be part of it too. Whatever this relationship is, this love affair, this new project you're beginning, it looks like it's the right time to do something. Your crowning card is the Empress, which speaks of fertility. But again, there's something about it. The moon speaks of not having all of the information. The moon card also represents things being hidden, things being in shadow, things not always being what they appear to be on the surface, a little different behind the scenes. Things look very different by the light of the moon than they do by the light of the sun. There's a lot of shadowy nooks and hidden recesses and dark corners. But again, it feels like the cards are pointing towards your victory on this path, your success in this thing, whether it's a relationship, a love affair, a secret love affair of some kind, a new business project for some of you, a new entrepreneurial thing. It looks like keeping this very close to your chest, not talking about it, not revealing it yet, is going to be what wins you success with this. And it's such a fascinating, interesting reading. If it resonates for any of you, you'll have to let me know how. So at or towards the end of March 2016, we wrap up with the Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Justice card. So at the end of the month, you find yourself in a reflective, assessing, kind of contemplative sort of state over this thing. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of reflection and assessment. It's harvest time. You can see from this card that it's harvest time. This woman planted her seeds. She nurtured them, watered, fed them. It has grown. The fruit is ripe and ready to be picked. You can see there's a ladder leaning up next to the tree so she can climb up there and pick the fruit, represented by the pentacles. And she has a basket to put them in, although the basket is empty because she hasn't quite begun to pick yet. Right now she's just kind of looking at it and figuring out if what she's invested in it and what she's considering continuing to invest in it has paid off for her. Did it yield what she wanted it to? Did she get more back than she put in? Is she satisfied with it? It looks to be a pretty decent harvest, not hugely abundant, but not sparse either. So this is, Cancer, it looks like you find yourself at the end of March with whatever this is. And again, I think it's either going to be a business entrepreneurial project, maybe opening a new business. For others, it's going to be a new love relationship, maybe a love affair, something you want to keep secret for some reason. The cards are pointing to it being kept secret. it not being talked about, it not being revealed at the present time, and that's what's actually going to make it successful, at least for the time being. But at the end of the month, you find yourself kind of reflecting over it, looking at it. Is this worth it? Is what I'm getting out of this worth what I'm putting into it? Should I continue doing this thing? And the Justice card, it really looks like it's going to be left in your hands. The Justice card says what you put into it is exactly what you're going to get out of it. The Justice card, you've heard the phrase justice being blind, because it's supposed to be based, the outcome of something, the decision handed down from something, it's supposed to be based on the facts and logic of the situation, not on emotion. The Justice card represents what you sow is exactly what you're going to reap. This can also speak of legal matters, contracts, negotiations. It is in the upright position, which indicates a positive outcome. But again, it is an outcome that depends entirely upon what you put into it. Now it looks like Cancer, for those of you for whom this resonates as a business deal that you're, keeping hush hush for the time being until everything's put together. For those of you who are starting a new business or who are going to be opening a new business soon, perhaps starting a new job, there's something about it you want to keep to yourself for the time being, that's what's called for. And it looks like it's going to work out in your favor, but again, it's going to also depend on how much work you've invested in it, what you've put into it. For those of you for whom this resonates as a new love relationship, there's something about it that you just don't want to reveal it right now. Perhaps for some of you, this is a secret love affair. It just points towards the end of the month. You're looking back over it and you're wondering if it's worth what you're putting into it. And that Seven of Pentacles is not a bad card. It's just a card of kind of assessment and saying, yeah, the yield's been pretty good. Do I continue doing what I'm doing? Should I put more into it? Should I put less into it? But it looks like whatever this thing is, Cancer, love or business, the presence of that Ten of Wands and the Seven of Swords, even though it's, again, that Seven of Swords has kind of a sneaky, slippery feel. It can also just represent needing to be very creative, needing to be very crafty about how you go about doing this. And the combination together with Wands cards really speaks of being successful in a rather risky sort of thing, but keeping secret about it is actually what's going to make it successful. And your crowning card is the Empress, a beautiful major arcana card. This is a card of fertility and abundance. This is the card that says whatever it is, this thing that's happening for you, now is the perfect time to invest in it. Now is the great time to plant seeds, to nourish it, to watch it flow. The Empress card is also about pregnancy, birth. So for some of you, this could represent pregnancy, and you don't want to make the announcement yet. The Empress is someone who loves to nurture. She loves to watch things grow. Again, fertility, abundance, pregnancy, fertility. I just keep coming back to that word. It feels like now is a good time to plant things. Now is a good time to kind of watch these things grow, to nurture and water it, feed it, and see what happens, and see what this thing grows into. It looks like it has the potential to be quite beautiful and quite successful. But again, the cards are pointing to there being a need for secrecy, a need to kind of keep it to yourself for the time being, which is really interesting. I don't typically get that kind of read off of these cards, but that's what I'm feeling quite strongly. So how interesting, how exciting, how fascinating, Cancer. Again, for those of you for whom this reading resonates, you'll have to let me know. It's very interesting. I'd like to hear how it resonates for those of you whom relate to this. For those of you who would like an extension of this reading in the form of a personal one-on-one reading, or those of you who are interested in a personal reading at all, again, please, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, or email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. And I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I hope it has brought you a little bit of clarity and insight, and some advice too, I think, as well. And until I see you again in a couple of weeks for the April 2016 readings, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks for watching, Cancer, and I'll see you soon.